Once upon a time, in a faraway forest full of tall trees and beautiful flowers, there lived a huge but kind-hearted elephant named Phelan. Phelan was famous among all the animals because he always helped anyone in need, whether it was a little rabbit, a lost turtle, or even the big lion. One day, Phelan woke up to the sound of a small cry near the river. He went quickly and saw a little rabbit crying. Phelan asked, "What's wrong, little rabbit?" The rabbit said, "My basket of carrots fell into the river, and I can't get it out." Phelan smiled and said, "Don't worry, I'll help you." He dipped into the river and carefully lifted the basket. The rabbit thanked Phelan and said, "You're so kind." The next day, a little turtle got lost in the forest. Phelan helped her cross the rocks and small streams until she reached her home safely. As days went by, all the animals noticed that kindness and courage bring happiness to everyone. Even the big and scary animals began to love and respect Phelan. One day, a fire broke out in the forest. All the animals ran to hide, but Phelan didn't run. He started saving the animals one by one, using his big trunk to carry water and put out the fire. Thanks to his bravery and kind heart, all the animals survived and the forest became safe and beautiful again. The animals learned an important lesson. Kindness, courage, and working together make the forest a better place for everyone.
One day, Ahmed was playing in the garden. Ahmed loved jumping and running, but he saw his friend Sami taking candy from the shop. Ahmed felt confused and said to himself, "What should I do?" Then he remembered something important. Allah always sees us, and He knows right from wrong. Ahmed smiled and said to Sami, "We shouldn't take what isn't ours. Let's return the candy to its owner." Sami agreed and felt happy because he did the right thing. From that day, Ahmed and Sami learned an important lesson. Allah always sees us, and honesty and truthfulness are better than anything else.
On a sunny morning, Layla was cleaning her room. While tidying her toys, she saw her favorite doll lying on the floor. Layla thought about throwing it away because she was angry. But then she remembered. Allah always sees us, and He loves it when we are kind and honest. Layla smiled, picked up the doll gently, and put it back in its place. She felt very happy because she did the right thing and learned that Allah always sees her and knows the intentions of her heart.
In a small village, surrounded by trees and flowers, little Fahd lived with his family. Fahd was a cheerful child who loved playing with his friends in the fields. One day, while playing with his friends, he saw a ball near the neighbor's house. He knew the neighbor wouldn't like anyone to take it without permission. Fahd said to himself, "Should I take the ball to play with it?" Then he remembered what his parents had taught him since he was little. Allah always sees us, and He knows what is in our hearts. Fahd thought for a moment and decided to knock on the neighbor's door and ask if they could play with the ball. The neighbor smiled and said, "Of course, Fahd, but please make sure to return it after playing." Happy with this decision, Fahd and his friends played with the ball all day. At the end of the day, they returned the ball to its proper place and thanked the neighbor. Fahd went home and told his parents, "Today I learned an important lesson. Allah always sees us, and honesty and truthfulness make our hearts happy." From that day on, Fahd became more careful with his actions, and he always reminded his friends that Allah always sees us, and honesty is the best path. In a small town by the river, there lived a little girl named Sarah. Sarah loved animals very much, especially the little cats that roamed the garden. One day, Sarah found a small box full of candy in front of a neighbor's house. Sarah was hungry and loved candy very much, and she thought about taking a piece for herself. But suddenly, she remembered her mother's words, "Allah always sees us and knows what is in our hearts." Sarah hesitated for a moment, then said to herself, "I won't take the candy. I will find its owner and return it." Sarah went through the street asking neighbors about the owner of the box. Finally, she found the child who had lost it. The child was very happy and thanked Sarah for her honesty. Sarah felt great joy for doing the right thing and said to herself, "Allah always sees us, and it's important to be truthful." From that day on, Sarah learned that honesty and truthfulness are not only beautiful morals, but also make the heart happy and peaceful.
In a small lake in the forest, there lived a little duck named Pearl. Pearl was kind and cheerful, but she felt sad because she couldn't fly like the other little ducks. Every day, she watched her friends play and fly over the lake, wishing she could be like them. She felt lonely and said to herself, "Why am I different?" One day, the mother duck said to her, "Don't be sad, Pearl. Everything happens for a reason, and Allah always sees us and knows what is best for us." Pearl began to feel stronger and encouraged herself. She decided to play with her friends on the ground, swim in the lake, and try new things. Over time, Pearl discovered she was very good at swimming and diving, and she had talents the others didn't. She felt happy and understood that Allah always sees her and knows what is best, and that every creature is unique in a wonderful way. From that day on, the little duck was happy and proud of herself, learning that being different is beautiful, and that every creature has its own special value.
The Clever Fox. One day, there was a clever fox living in the forest. The fox loved food very much, but he did not like working to get it. He saw a flock of chickens in a nearby farm and decided to steal some to eat. But the farmer was careful and made a plan. He placed traps around the farm to catch the fox. The fox did not give up. He sat thinking smartly. He used a long stick to avoid the traps and managed to take only one chicken. From that day on, the fox learned an important lesson. Intelligence is better than strength, and planning is better than recklessness.
The Little Donkey. Once upon a time, in a small village, there was a little donkey living with a farmer. The donkey loved to play in the fields and run among the trees, but he was very lazy when it came to work. One day, the farmer asked the donkey to help carry wheat to the market. The donkey said, "Why should I work when I can play?" But when the farmer reached the market alone, he realized he could not carry all the wheat by himself. The donkey then felt ashamed and ran to help his owner. The little donkey learned an important lesson. Work and helping others is better than laziness, and cooperation makes things easier and more enjoyable.
The Wise Lion. In a faraway forest, there was a strong lion living among the animals. The lion was known for his wisdom and fairness. He never treated anyone unfairly. One day, a problem arose among the animals about who could use a part of the forest for playing. Every animal started shouting and arguing. The lion calmly came, listened carefully to each animal, and then said, "I will divide the forest so that each animal gets a fair part and we will share the common areas wisely." The animals learned an important lesson from the lion. Strength without wisdom is useless, and wisdom makes the forest a happy place for everyone.